It's pretty wild how sometimes the biggest secrets spill out because of the smallest mistakes. A single file tucked away in an update can suddenly pull back the curtain on one of the most advanced AI companies on the planet. And that's exactly what happened with Anthropic's Claude code.
So, what does happen when that happens? That's what we're going to dig into today. We're going to trace how this whole thing went down, what incredible secrets got uncovered, and what it all means when an AI's brain is suddenly laid bare for everyone to see. All right, let's get into the juicy details. This whole story kicks off with a classic, all too human error. The kind of mistake that probably made someone's heart just sink, because it ended up exposing a 500,000 lines of top secret code.
So how did this thing go viral so fast? Well, picture this. March 31st, Anthropic pushes a totally normal software update. But oops, they accidentally left in a single .map file. And if you're a developer, you know that's like leaving the treasure map right on top of the treasure chest. It literally took minutes for a developer to spot it and blast the link out on X. And then, boom, it just went nuclear. We're talking 29 million views in a few hours. The code got copied, rewritten, and shot to the top of GitHub as the fastest downloaded repo ever. By the time Anthropic started trying to issue takedown requests, it was way, way too late. The cat was out of the bag and halfway down the street.
Okay, so Anthropic's official statement came out, and it was pretty much what you'd expect. Super calm, very direct. They were basically like, look, this was a packaging issue, a human mistake, not a hack. And they made it super clear that no sensitive customer data got out. A classic corporate whoopsie with, massive, massive consequences.
But this is where the official story and the reality just completely diverge. Anthropic's statement said it was some internal source code. What developers actually found was, well, a whole lot more than some. They found commercially sensitive information, like the actual blueprints for a cute Tamagotchi-style AI assistant, and even bigger, the entire framework for a powerful, always-on AI agent. So yeah, this was definitely not just a minor slip-up.
So to really appreciate how huge these revelations were, we need to take a quick step back. Let's talk about what we all thought we knew about Claude Code's architecture before this leak blew the doors clean off. The part everyone already knew about was this thing called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. You can think of it like a universal adapter or a central hub. It's this open-source standard that lets Claude Code plug into, well, pretty much everything. Hundreds of external tools, databases, APIs, you name it. And this MCP system is seriously powerful. You could tell Claude to go build a new feature straight from a Jira ticket, or dive into Sentry logs to figure out a bug. It could query your databases, pull in Figma designs from Slack, automate stuff in Gmail. I mean, the list just goes on. Everyone already knew it was a beast of a tool. But, and this is the crazy part, it turns out that was just the tiny little tip of a very, very big iceberg.
Okay, now we get to the main event. Let's peel back the layers and look at the actual secrets that were hiding in plain sight within those 500,000 lines of code. This is where it gets absolutely wild.
First up, the biggest bombshell unearthed from the code, a project codenamed Kairos. Now, get this. This isn't just another feature. This is a completely unannounced, proactive, autonomous agent mode. It's designed to run 24/7 in the background, constantly asking itself one simple but profound question. Is there anything worth doing right now? Just let that sink in.
And Kairos had its own special toolkit, stuff the regular Claude code just didn't have. It could send push notifications to your phone, even when you weren't using it. It could deliver files it created on its own initiative. It could even subscribe to your GitHub pull requests and react to code changes completely autonomously. And to top it all off, it had this nightly process called Auto Dream to basically think about its day and reorganize what it had learned. Insane. So how does an agent like that even work? The answer is this really brilliant 3-layer memory architecture. At the top, there's the index. Super small, super fast, just a list of pointers that's always loaded. That index points to the topic files, which hold the actual knowledge, but they only get loaded on demand. And finally, the entire conversation history is kept in transcripts, which are never loaded into the model's precious context window. They're just searched with a simple grep command. It's incredibly efficient.
And the discoveries just kept on coming. The code revealed an anti-distillation poison, basically a clever booby trap to sabotage competitors trying to copy the model.
It also had a form of DRM written in the Zig programming language to make faking requests way harder. There was even a system for self-updating documentation called Source Magic Docs, and a fun little Easter egg called Buddy that generated a unique digital companion for each user with a 1% shiny rate.
And of course, the leak exposed all the internal code names for Anthropic's AI models. It's like getting a peek at their secret menu. We learned about Capybara, also known as Mythos, an advanced model. We saw references to Numbat, which seems to be an upcoming release since it has a launch window right there in the code. And then there's Fennec and Tengu, giving us this rare glimpse into the company's future roadmap. So you see all these secret projects, all these hidden features, and you start to wonder, what's the big idea here? Well, it turns out all these secrets point to a deeper and surprisingly simple design philosophy. Let's explore the why behind this powerful architecture.
This quote from AI engineer Jared Zonarek just nails it. The core idea isn't to micromanage the AI with these complex, brittle workflows. It's about empowering it. You give it the tools, and then you get out of the way.
And you can see this philosophy in 4 key principles. First, a simple master loop. The entire engine is just one while loop that calls tools. That's it. Second, bash is all you need. The command line is the ultimate adapter. Third, less scaffolding, more model. Trust the AI to figure things out. And finally, no complex retrieval systems. Just use grep, because it's simple, effective, and it's what a human developer would do. It's almost elegant.
Now, a leak this big doesn't just happen in a vacuum. It sent massive ripples across the entire AI industry, raising all these new questions about security, copyright, and the very nature of open source development in the age of AI.
The community's reaction was immediate and powerful. The perfect example is this project called Claude. It's a clean room rebuild of the leaked functionality, rewritten from scratch in Python. Get this, using another AI. It racked up over 75,000 stars on GitHub almost overnight, which just shows you the immense interest in replicating this tech. And to put this in perspective, the Claude Code leak happened during what was already a disastrous month for AI and developer security. I mean, it was a total dumpster fire. Major libraries like Axios and LiteLLM were compromised, platforms like Railway had data leaks, even OpenAI disclosed a big vulnerability. It was a perfect storm of security failures. The rise of projects like Claude brings us to this really thorny legal question that has no clear answer. Traditionally, a clean room rebuild was a defense against copyright infringement. But when that rebuild is done by another AI in a matter of hours, does that defense still hold up? The courts have yet to weigh in on this. And this brings us to our final lingering question. In an age where an AI can write code, rewrite it to cover its tracks, and replicate proprietary logic in minutes, is any code, any digital creation truly a secret anymore? That's the huge question this leak left hanging over the entire industry,